Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order number 44, subsection 2C, I rise to request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on the plight of border operators across the country. Honorable Speaker, the border sector has emerged as one of the key sectors driving the uptake of the buy now, pay later, BNPL models for purchase of various merchandise, including motorcycles. The model, according to industry players, has gained popularity, especially among young and low-income consumers who may not have access to traditional credit facilities. And recent reports indicate that bodabodas and small vendors account for the largest share of the BNPL model. However, what is marketed as an accessible path to owning a motorbike and achieving financial independence has become a nightmare for hundreds of jobless youth in the country. BNPL providers lure borrowers with deceitful promises of low down payments and easy installments, yet hidden fees, exorbitant interest rates, and aggressive debt collection tactics soon reveal the true cost of the commodity. Honorable Speaker, according to border operators, the business is highly competitive and the daily proceeds cannot service weekly installments. As a result, hundreds of young people are counting losses following indiscriminate impounding of motorcycles, including those belonging to diligent owners with less than 10% outstanding loans. Honorable Speaker, it is against this background that I request for a statement from the chairperson of the Departmental Committee on Finance and National Planning on the following. 1, could the chairperson explain the measures and mechanisms the government has put in place to regulate the activities of buy now, pay later, BNPL providers in the country, including addressing rogue lending institutions responsible for violations of consumer rights? And 2, could the chairperson explain plans the government has put in place to develop alternative financing models that are fair, transparent, and genuinely empower border operators? I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Munyoro. Is the Chair of Finance here? Vice Chair, Benja?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. We shall take the request to the committee and process it and table the statement as soon as possible.
You can bring a response in 2 weeks?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 weeks, yeah.
Next, a member for Kirinyaga County, Jen Jerry. Yes, is that DK? Why are you raising your hand?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I would like to take this opportunity. The reason why I'm raising my hand is that because we are on statements, and there is a statement I had requested from the chair for security in terms of the events that happened in Matunda, where one lady was killed by robbers. Up to today, we have not gotten any substantial statement on the matter.
You are directed to the Committee on Security? On
security, yes.
The Committee of Tongoyo? Is Tongoyo in the House? Razo? When do you bring the response to Kimutai's request? Give Honorable Razo the mic.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. I think as you said at the beginning of this session, that matter has been overtaken by...
It elapsed.
It elapsed.
Yes.
But already the matter is before the Ministry of Interior, and we can still pursue because it's a security matter. So security matters should not be allowed to just go down the drain. We will request for about 2 weeks to be able to respond to the Honorable Member. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Russell, I'll not give you 2 weeks. This is a matter that was brought last term, and you should be asking for a day or 2 instead of 2 weeks.
Mr. Speaker, I'm well guided.
Can you bring a response on Tuesday?
On Tuesday.
Tuesday afternoon?
Guided, Honorable Speaker.
Excellent. Is a member for Kirinyaga? Yes, Honorable Jared Okello.
Honorable Speaker, I thank you very much. Last week, Honorable Speaker, you did give a very detailed report on how to handle issues that lapsed with the session,
Yes.
Pertaining to questions and statements. But Honorable Speaker, I want to bring to your attention that towards the end of last session, there were 2 petitions that were properly debated before this House. And it did generate, both of them did generate a lot of interest from members. And this pertains to hardship allowance by Nyatike constituency and another one that I cannot remember. But we realize that this is a matter that does cut across most of the constituencies, Honorable Speaker. Whereas you may not have delved into petitions as regards lapsing of such issues, Honorable Speaker, the importance of this matter, Honorable Speaker, if you were to invoke the inherent powers of the Speaker, I would kindly request you to allow the petition committee to proceed with this matter, Honorable Speaker, so that we can come to a conclusion that will be beneficial to most members in this House, Honorable Speaker. Otherwise, reinventing the wheel may turn out to be quite untidy and may not sit well with members in this House, Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Jared, if you listen to my communication properly, I never mentioned petitions. Petitions don't lapse with the end of the term. They remain alive until they are disposed of. The only issue I can mention, Honorable Nimrod Mbai. Honorable Nimrod Mbai, there is a bit of concern that there are too many petitions pending before your committee. Many of them. Some have exceeded, in fact, many have exceeded the time that is set out in the standing orders. I would want to have a meeting with you and your committee so that I can assist you to discharge your duties a little more robustly. So check with the clerk, he'll give you an appointment to come with your committee and see me.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Because petitions are time-bound.
Yes, sir.
And when you have 30, 39 petitions that are all way out of time, it is not very good. Yes, Owen?
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Just on the same note, Honorable Speaker, you see this petitions committee came into life in this Parliament, 13th Parliament. But in the previous Parliaments, we've had petitions being dealt with at the committee, departmental committee levels, which was more effective. As we review our standing orders, Honorable Speaker, I would urge that we revert back where we have more expert opinion at the departmental level and where actually we'll be able to fast track these petitions. Otherwise, Kenyans that have sent petitions to this House are suffering. Members of Parliament who have also sent petitions to this House are suffering. I don't think Honorable Mbai and his committee are incompetent, that the work is too much for them and the subjects are too diverse and they may not be able to take care of them at the right time. So I urge this House that we need to look at our standing orders so that petitions go back to the committees so that we can fast track work. I thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Kamket. Give Kamket the mic. There you are.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, I want to add to what you mentioned. And indeed, Mr. Speaker, I am one of those people whose constituents have brought a petition here through our women rep, And that petition it's now almost 1 year down the line. So I think in line with what the Honorable Baya is saying, Mr. Speaker, I think it is time we need to review our standing orders, because I think giving all petitions to the Public Petitions Committee, I don't think they are able to handle. I think it's time to revert back to the committees. And because indeed, if ours is more than a year now, how many others are pending? So I think it is timely that we need to review and release this gentleman and the committee so that the issues affecting Kenyans can be addressed by the relevant committees. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
I don't want to open debate on this. Honorable members, we cannot change our standing orders to address issues of efficiency. I don't think that is the right way to go. I have asked the Honorable Mbai, and I'll direct the majority leader that the clerk will give you an opportunity to come with the petitions committee to see me so that we can address any difficulties they have in processing petitions. The reason this committee was set up was to offload the bulk of work from committees to give them time to do their work. Because committees, I'm told, were spending inordinately large amounts of time on petitions against their core business. What we need to do is to inject more energy and vigor in the petitions committee headed by the Honorable Nimrod, and we will assist them to do so. We cannot change the law because we are not moving fast enough. Yes, Junet.
Honorable Speaker, we stand as you directed. But Mr. Speaker, the matter is more holistic. Mr. Speaker, if you look at statements or even statements, there are many statements that have not been replied to. Mr. Speaker, if you take a case like what the Honorable DK has just raised, somebody has lost his life or her life, and a year down the line, there is no response to that death. Mr. Speaker, it looks like the people who are responsible to give the explanations, that's the executive, are not taking this matter very serious, Mr. Speaker. That this response, this is the only place they can be held accountable, Mr. Speaker. And our mandate as Parliament is very clear. Legislation, oversight, and representation, Mr. Speaker. There is no any other organ that can oversight the executive, Mr. Speaker. So when we are asking for these questions, it is not a favor they are doing. It is a constitutional mandate that they are supposed to execute, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, we need to enforce it properly. I know my colleagues are from retreat. I don't feel like your government. You are members of Parliament. We have to oversight the executive. You can just take Mandasi there and thank them for meeting them. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Ndindi Nyoro, we'll go back to order number 6.